Huangfeng Valley was the first sect Han Li joined after entering the world of cultivation, marking the official start of his cultivation journey. Luoyun Sect, on the other hand, was the sect Han Li joined and served as an elder at the nascent soul stage, and it was also the cultivation sect he stayed in the mortal realm for the longest time. Although both sects are located in the Tianan region, they belong to different kingdoms. Huangfeng Valley is situated in the Yu Kingdom of Tianan, and together with the Yanhua Sect, Lingshu Mountain, Qingshu Sect, Wadaowu, Tianke Fortress, and Jijian Sect, it is known as one of the 7 sects of Yu Kingdom, jointly ruling the cultivation world of Yu Kingdom. Luoyun Sect, however, is located in the Shi Kingdom of Tianan, and together with the Ancient Sword Sect and Baiqiao Academy, it is known as one of the 3 sects of Yiming Mountain. These 3 sects share the spiritual veins of Yiming Mountain, making them one of the 3 most powerful sects in Shi Kingdom. So, if we compare the strength of Huangfeng Valley and Luoyun Sect before Han Li joined, which one is superior? This question deserves in-depth discussion from multiple perspectives. High comparison of nascent soul stage combat power. Unlike the Great Jin Dynasty, renowned as a sacred cultivation ground, the Tianan region has never produced a nascent soul stage cultivator, and even has only 3 late-stage nascent soul stage cultivators. In this cultivation environment, early and mid-stage nascent soul cultivators are already the top combat power in the Tianan cultivation world. For a sect, the quantity and quality of nascent soul cultivators directly determine its status and strength. Huangfeng Valley only has 1 nascent soul cultivator, Ancestor Linghu, in charge. Although this old monster Linghu is known for his expertise in health preservation, his true realm has reached the mid-stage nascent soul stage. In the cultivation world, although there is only 1 stage difference between the early and mid-stage nascent soul stages, the difference in strength is vast. Unless one is an anomaly like Han Li, possessing special opportunities and heaven-defying combat power, even a peak early-stage nascent soul cultivator would find it difficult to contend with a bottom-tier mid-stage nascent soul cultivator. In contrast, the Luoyun Sect is jointly led by 2 early-stage nascent soul cultivators, Xing Tianquan and Lu Luo. Both individuals were not only stuck at the early nascent soul stage, but also not known for their combat prowess. Under their leadership, the Luoyun Sect consistently ranked last among the 3 sects of Yiming Mountain, struggling to develop. In comparison, Huangfeng Valley is clearly stronger than the Luoyun Sect in terms of nascent soul stage combat strength. However, some readers misunderstand Linghu Leiguai's strength, believing him to be merely a bottom-tier mid-nascent soul cultivator, at best on par with Xing Tianquan and Lu Luo. Some even compare his strength to Lu Luo's, a view that is clearly biased. Firstly, while Linghu Leiguai excels in health cultivation, his abilities are far more than that. Xing Tianquan and Lu Luo failed to break through the mid-nascent soul stage bottleneck even until their deaths, their talent clearly inferior to Linghu Leiguai's. Linghu Leiguai's successful breakthrough to the mid-nascent soul stage must have been due to his exceptional abilities, likely stemming from extensive travels and fortuitous encounters. For example, during his transaction with Han Li, he presented a level 7 demon core, obtained by slaying a level 7 iron-winged eagle while venturing alone into the Mulan grasslands. In the subsequent battle at the Fallen Demon Valley, Linghu Leiguai's performance was even more impressive, fully demonstrating the rich combat experience befitting a nearly 1,000-year-old monster. Secondly, Linghu Leiguai's reserve of magical treasures was considerable. During his transaction with Han Li, he casually gave him the ancient treasure Blue Light Shield and a jade talisman crafted by an ancient cultivator, 2 treasures that even surprised Han Li, who was already at the early nascent soul stage at the time. In the battle against the Nelong Marquis, possessed by an ancient demon, at the Fallen Demon Valley, Linghu Leiguai unleashed several powerful ancient treasures, including the top-tier defensive Rui, the evil-slaying blade, the 3-pronged flying fork, and the ring, showcasing his profound magical treasure foundation. The most compelling evidence, however, is his undeniable battle record. In the battle at Fallen Demon Valley, Cheng Tianquan, Tian Jingzhenren, and the Fire Fox Elder, 3 early-stage nascent soul cultivators, joined forces against the ancient demon, yet were utterly overwhelmed. The ancient demon could severely injure his opponents with a single punch in a short time. Only Cheng Tianquan escaped unscathed thanks to Han Li's timely rescue. The other 2 were fatally wounded. In contrast, Linghu Leiguai, though also knocked away by the ancient demon, maintained his protective shield intact. Even more astonishingly, he calmly hurled his demon-slaying blade in retaliation even after being knocked back. His jade re-protective shield remained steadfast despite the ancient demon's relentless barrage of punches, refusing to break for a long time, surprising even the ancient demon himself. Based on their performance at Fallen Demon Valley, Linghu Leaguai's strength was certainly no less than the combined strength of the 3 early-stage nascent soul cultivators, including Qing Tianquan. Therefore, it is clear that Linghu Leaguai's strength far surpasses that of either Qing Tianquan or Lu Luo. 2. Comparison of core formation and foundation establishment stage cultivators. In the Tianan region, nascent soul cultivators are scarce. Core formation cultivators have become the mid to high level combat force of sects, while foundation establishment cultivators are the backbone of sects. Huangfeng Valley has over 10,000 cultivators, of whom over 90% are Qi refining stage disciples, several hundred are foundation establishment stage cultivators, and only a handful of core formation stage cultivators, such as Hong Fu, Li Huayuan, and Lei Wanhe. These core formation stage cultivators hold a revered position within the sect, are respected as Grand Masters, and are the sect's high-level combat force. As the weakest of the 3 sects of Yimeng Mountain, Luoyun's sect indeed struggled to attract outstanding talent before Han Li joined. Han Li initially didn't even consider joining Luoyun's sect because he had doubts about its strength. However, Luoyun's sect also has unique advantages: the lowest threshold for accepting disciples, the most lenient entry requirements, and a renowned reputation for alchemy, thus attracting a large number of low-level disciples. Although the disciples' aptitudes varied, the sheer size of the population meant that the number of cultivators who ultimately advanced to the foundation establishment and core formation stages was actually greater than that of Huangfeng Valley. At the core formation stage, Luoyun's sect actually held a certain advantage. Huangfeng Valley's Li Huayuan and Lei Wanhe were both cultivators who failed to reach the nascent soul stage, and Hong Fu in the original story also failed to condense her nascent soul. Luoyun's sect, however, possessed Song Yu, a disciple with a heavenly spiritual root, a prodigy with the potential to condense his nascent soul. From a long-term development perspective, Luoyun's sect's talent pool advantage was quite significant. Linghu Leaguai and Qing Tianquan were both in their twilight years and nearing their deaths. Huangfeng Valley faced the problem of having no successors. Once Linghu Leaguai passed away, without Han Li's 3 interventions to save him, the sect might very well perish. In contrast, even if Qing Tianquan passed away, Lu Luo could still oversee the sect for about 500 years. Even in the worst-case scenario being forced to leave the Yunmeng Mountain treasure land, Luoyun's sect would not be completely destroyed. Moreover, with a talented disciple like Song Yu to succeed him, their future prospects are promising. 3. External factors. Comparing the timeline before Han Li joined the Luoyun sect, both sides occupied their own territories, and Qing Tianquan and Linghu Leaguai were both alive. At this point, a rash attack by either side would be unwise. If the Luoyun sect wanted to seize Yu Kingdom, it would face the united resistance of the 7 sects of Yu Kingdom. Similarly, if Huangfeng Valley wanted to occupy Yunmeng Mountain, it would face the united hatred of the 3 sects of Yunmeng Mountain. Any move that disrupted the existing order would trigger a chain reaction. In terms of external relations, the Luoyun sect held a clear advantage. Linghu Leaguai was known for his cunning and treacherous nature in the Tianan cultivation world, and he had almost no close friends. Qing Tianquan, on the other hand, had made several loyal friends. When Han Li fought against the 4 elders of the Yinluo sect, he didn't hesitate to bring in 5 or 6 nascent soul cultivators, including Hulong Tongzi, to assist him. It's important to understand that they initially mistook their opponent for a late-stage nascent soul cultivator, meaning those who came to assist were at risk of death at any moment. This demonstrates the breadth and depth of Qing Tianquan's connections and relationships. In summary, excluding external aid, the Luoyun sect does possess certain advantages over the Huangfeng Valley, but these advantages are not particularly significant. It's worth noting that the Luoyun sect's greatest advantage is actually the variable of Han Li. It is precisely because of Han Li's formidable presence in Tianan that the Luoyun sect was able to acquire substantial resources and recruit numerous high-quality disciples. Without Han Li's involvement, the Luoyun sect's development would still be fraught with difficulties, with resource and talent shortages being the main bottlenecks hindering its progress. Ultimately, the rise and fall of a cultivation sect depends not only on the strength of its top-tier combatants but also on the support of its core members and the influence of the external environment. While Huangfeng Valley possesses the mid-stage nascent soul cultivator Linghu Leiguai, giving it an advantage in top-tier combatants, the potential for a lack of successors cannot be ignored. Although the Fallen Cloud sect is currently slightly weaker, it has a more abundant talent pool and greater potential for future development. If it weren't for the variable of Hanli, the balance of power between the two sects might have taken much longer to become clear.